Alright, so quite a day today. I was really just planning on getting some training in and streaming, and it turns out that now I will be fighting at Cage Titans next weekend at 170 pounds to reclaim my professional welterweight title. I've been staying ready, getting ready mentally, but I've been staying ready physically for an opportunity like this. So I got the text last night that Jack Congdon was injured and he was out of his fight. So now I'm in, you know what I mean? It's the name of the game. It's a hard-ass fight. I think I'm fighting a bigger version of the last guy I just fought. So, you know, it's kind of big risk, big reward. You know what I'm saying? Off the couch, taking on a challenger like that. So it'll be me versus Pat Casey. And this episode is, I guess, going to be the first fight week episode. So let's get after it. I still got to stream. I got work to do. And then right to the gym for the entire night. Get ready, hit some wrestling, hit some pads, and get this weight down. Got to practice that jiu-jitsu. But that time gonna slow down or something. That's what I'm saying. I looked up, it was like 5 minutes. We did like 4 scrambles. It was like 4 minutes and 40 seconds. I was like, what? There's no way that was just 20 seconds. Oh, that's why it's so long. I know, I heard it so hard. That was fucking great. I almost lost my I have no They're gonna kill this kid. Alright, we're back in the whip. Gotta go get gas. Pray for me that my windshield doesn't absolutely shatter while I'm driving. Yeah, I don't know if you can hear that, but it's my steering column. This guy just ran out in the middle of the street like I'm not coming. It's freezing out. I got the heat on, but not too much because I don't want my windshield to shatter on me. It's already cracked. This guy just ran through a stop sign. He's fucking wearing a mask in his car by himself, so that tells you about his intelligence level. If you want to wear a mask, go wear a mask. But if you're by yourself walking in the fresh air or in your own car, it's a little fucking weird. Come on. It's your space. How are you going to be worried about germs and shit? Anyways, totally sidetracked. It's funny, a bunch of people have been asking me about my weight and if it's going to be a big cut. But 14 pounds won't be bad once I flush out the bullshit. But it's also one of those things where it'll kind of kick me into overdrive to get my weight down. Cutting to 170. And then filling back out to like 75, 78, whatever I'm going to be on fight night. I'll definitely be smaller than him, weight-wise. He definitely got a bigger torso than you, boy. But I'll be taller. So I'm excited for that battle. A lot of people ask me why. Why not? I'm healthy. I've been training super, super hard. I've been wrestling super, super hard. My jiu-jitsu is coming together to a different level, I feel. With a lot of jiu-jitsu tournaments coming up, it's like it kicks me into overdrive to get my weight down, and then I can start competing in lower weight classes that are, more naturally for me while I'm in shape. None of these like competing above my normal weight class because I'm fat. But I don't know. I like challenges. Everybody's like, oh, is it to rebound off the loss? Like, yes and no. I obviously want to rebound off the loss, but I don't even like to think of it as a rebound. Like, I'm just on to the next, you know what I mean? Whether it was this fight or my next fight that I was planning in January. Like, those fights aren't about my last fight. Those fights are about those fights. They're about the now. Different challenges. We've been in talks to fight Pat Casey before, so it's not like he's a complete unknown. So I'm excited, It's one of those things where I feel like he kind of gets slept on because he has an record, but it's positive, and he fights anybody, which, I'm down to fight anybody, so it works out. But, yeah, it's just, I don't know. Feels right. But yeah, so the fight came together because Cage Titans shot me a text, told me that Jack Congdon was out of his fight against Pat, and so I was like, I'll fight him. Cage Titan said, what's the price? Gave him my price. Told him, give me some tickets to sell. Give me my pay-per-view code. And let's do it. You know what I mean? And a couple people were like, you shouldn't take the fight for the money. Don't do it for the money. It's not for the money. But I'm also not doing it for free. It's one of those things where it's like, I know how to negotiate what I'm worth. And that's where my mindset is now with fighting anywhere and building my way back to the UFC. It's not like, pick me, pay me. I'm going to build my worth. And my worth will be undeniable. When the UFC does sign me, they're going to pay me a bag because that's what I'm going to be worth. And whether the UFC signs me this year, next year, 2 years from now, before or after they sign me, I will be the best in the world. I don't need a UFC belt to be the best in the world. There's plenty of guys that didn't get signed to the UFC for years that you would hear about that were killers, that were ready, all this shit. I'll be that guy. I'll be that guy that, wins the Cage Titans 155 belt, goes to CES, wins the 155 belt, goes to LFA, wins the 155 belt, goes to Cage Warriors, goes to Fury FC, wins all these belts, doesn't get signed, and I'll sit here and go, when you're ready, UFC, here's my number, I'm going to be the best in the world, and we're all going to make some money in the process. So that's where I'm at, and along that road, I'm going to be forced to improve. I'm going to be forced to fight the best guys in the world. So I'm going to have to become the person that can do that. And things are only going to get harder, but if I do it, I'm going to be excited. I'm going to be excited to be that person that can accomplish those things. Bro, I just got hoed so bad. That's actually insane. So I got 20 cents off at Stop and Shop. I go to fill up my gas tank, and the fucking pump runs out of gas. What is that? So that means that I just spent $15 on gas, got 20 cents off a gallon, but couldn't fill my tank because there was no more gas. So I just like wasted my 20 cents off discount. I just got hoed so bad. That's so terrible. I'm pissed. These motherfuckers. Whatever. We got enough gas to make it to the cartel and back, so I'm happy. But those fucking assholes. This fight, my last fight, my next fights. Here's the other thing too, was like the people that we're talking about the money. When people were like, don't take the fight for the money, you know, don't make it about the money, all this shit. And I get that. You know, some guys take fights for money and then it's like they don't set themselves up for the best results. But here's the thing. Am I at a disadvantage this fight? Yeah, for sure. I mean, I've been training really hard, but I haven't been in camp. I'm off the couch. Am I up a weight class? Yes and no. I'm heavy, so like 70's no problem. But like, I'm a 55er. It's what I've dedicated to. It's why I vacated my 170 title. But at the end of the day, it's not about the money, but the money is a thing. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a prize fighter. I'm here to fight, become the best in the world, to make money, to support my family. So it's like, yeah, I'm not fighting for the money, but I'm fighting because I want to win my belt back and vacate it again. And I want money, you know what I mean? So it's not for the money, but it's not for the money. It's not for free. If I can improve myself and add another win to my record and, you know, build my worth, you know, then so be it. But I don't know, man. It just, like I said, it just feels right. Maybe I'm out of my mind. Maybe I'm delusional, but I don't know. It just feels right. It feels like I should take this fight. It feels like this fight's meant for me. And especially with how hard I've been training, I think that's why I was so gung-ho on like, let's take the fight. Let's make it happen. And like I said, all my changes that I'm doing on Fight Week are still coming, you know. The bright side is I got a promo link that you can use to order tickets, and I'll get the credit for, so we don't even have to meet up. I'll put that in the description of this video too, so you guys can order, because by the time I post this, my regular phone will be off, and the only posts that I'll be making on Fight Week are gonna be, you know, I think I'm gonna do a daily vlog for Fight Week and then go back to weekly. But yeah, all my posts will be like, the daily vlog is up, check it out on YouTube, here's a preview, and then I'll post something about like all weighed in, ready to go, and that's it. And then it's fight night, you won't hear a peep out of me, and then I'll turn my regular phone back on come Sunday. But this Sunday my phone will be off, flip phone only. I'm not gonna answer about pay-per-view or tickets or any of that shit, or, you know, straggler shirts, anything. So I'm excited. It's so funny how my career, and you hear this about anything, not just fighting, but it's so funny how like I had this path set out for my career, and I had these goals, and the biggest thing that like I explain to people when I lose a fight, or I don't know, when I almost die cutting weight and end up in the hospital, all this shit, I mean, those, I consider those like little failures, and people are like, how do you keep going? How do you keep doing this? Like, that's a pretty bad failure. And it's like, dude, I have failed at so much in my life. Like, people don't get, you don't even understand the amount of successes that I need in my life to counteract all the failures that I've had. I have had so many goals that I have not completed, so many goals I failed at, so many plans that have just fallen through. Like, take my 5 losses. Boom, there's 5 failures right there. you know? Take all my losses in high school wrestling. My junior year, I went like 0-30. So there's 30 more, you know? I was a huge John Jones fan coming into the sport, and I told myself that I would beat his record and become the youngest MMA champion of all time. Obviously never happened. That's such a crazy goal to have, but I had it, and I failed at it. I wanted to be the Ultimate Fighter. I failed at that. I don't know if I would have been the youngest Ultimate Fighter. I definitely would have been one of them. I think Gastelum was the youngest, but I would have been like the second youngest. But I failed at that. So many goals, man. I failed at so many goals. But it's like I just make more. Like that's the thing that nobody thinks about, is like just how you made those goals and you failed at them, you can make another one. And I'm not saying go out there and fuck everything up and then just be like, oh, I'll move the goalpost and make another goal. Like, burn the boats. Like, be dead set on your goals, but you made those goals. You can make another one. You know, I want to be a UFC champion of the world. If I fail at that, then I fail at that. It is what it is. But I'm going to make sure that when I look back, I can't go, oh, if I had done this, oh, I wish I had done that. If I was just a little stricter with this, if I was just a little more dedicated to that, you know what I mean? And I think that's something that I've almost hypnotized myself into being scared about it. Like, one of my biggest fears. I'll tell you my 3 biggest fears, and this will all come full circle. One is my irrational fear. I fucking hate spiders. I fucking hate them. I hate every bit of them. Fear number 2 is the rat race. I don't know if I'm lazy. I don't know if I'm delusional. I don't know if it's both. But I tell people all the time that I bust my ass so fucking hard at work, at training, at making content for my fights, my fight vlogs, my streaming channels. I bust my ass in everything I do. On top of trying to be a good fiance, a good son, a good friend, a good brother, I bust my ass at everything I do. But the one thing that I have done that I cannot ever enjoy, and I cannot ever get myself to get excited for or feel like I'm doing good at, is the rat race. I just cannot get up, work all day long, and then come home late, eat dinner, go to bed, and get up in the morning and do it all over again. To just barely get by financially. I cannot do it. And I'm not knocking anybody that does. I actually give praise to those people, because there's so many people that are like, well, when you have a kid and family and a wife and all this stuff, like, you know, your dreams are out the window. It's about taking care of them. I get that. And this is from somebody who is about to get married. We don't have any kids yet. Everything that happens in your life, good or bad, is on you. You made a decision that led you to that point. Sure, somebody else could have fucked you over. Somebody else could have done this, could have done that. Every decision you've made leads you to everything that you go through. You know what I mean? It's like a video game. Like, you went right instead of left. That's why you ended up in this fucked up spot, you know? Somebody else might have kind of sped up the process to get you to that fucked up thing, but that's why you ended up in that fucked up position. It trickles down, you know? Anyways, I truly believe if you have a wife and kids, there's a way, you know what I mean? There's a way to, you know, chase your passion, your dream, whether it's to just do it on the side or do it to make money. There's a way to do it, and it's not fucking easy. It might mean that, you know, you eat a bowl of rice every night for dinner so that the wife and kids can eat their full meals and shit like that. I don't know, but like, if that's not worth it to you, then that's not worth it to you, and I'm not gonna knock you for that shit, you know? Everything has priority and value to people, and everybody's priorities and values are different. My mindset is, the world is so fucked, and I'm so poor, and my credit is actually way better than I thought it was. But I have so much credit card debt, and I have so much, you know, I have no money in the bank, I have so much credit card debt, and I bust my ass. But there's people that bust their ass at work all day long who are in the same financial boat as me. You know what I mean? Credit card bills, student loans, car payments, rent, mortgages, shit like that. And they're just barely making it by. And they're busting their ass every single day. So if I am a little bit more broke than those people, and I get to chase my dream on the side, why not? What's the worst that happens? I'm broke like everybody else. I'm already broke. But now I get to do something that's fulfilling. And is the other thing that a lot of people don't get. Just because I'm chasing my dream and doing something I love doesn't mean it doesn't get hard. Like, that's the problem. Is people that don't chase their dreams think that like you're having a field day every day because you're chasing yours, and that's just not the case. Overall, you do shit that you love, but to succeed at the shit you love, you gotta do shit you don't. You know what I mean? You think I like running? You think I like doing bike? You think I like lifting or doing wrestling rounds when I'm sore and exhausted or when I'm cutting weight? Luckily, I'm not this time. No. But it leads me to do the thing I love to do, which is to compete, which is to fight, and which is to provide for my family. I know that was a long, extensive one. But fear number 3 is regret. And I've hypnotized myself. It's where it comes full circle. I've hypnotized myself to fearing that because I've seen all these videos of people that visit these retirement homes and these, elderly assistant homes and just ask them what their biggest life's regret was. And every single time somebody goes, oh, I wish I had done this. I wish I had done that. I regret this. I regret that. And there's no going back. And I also don't want to be that guy who's 40, 50 years old that looks at my kids' friends and goes, oh, I could have been a UFC champion, but I blew my knee out in practice one day or pulled my back and it was over for me. I could have been one of the greats. I want to look at them and go, I busted my ass, I did my best, and I became the best that I could be. You know what I mean? Or I go, I was one of the best out there, never held a world title, but I was one of the best. Or to even just go, I was alright, but I busted my ass and did everything I could, and I have no regrets. When I move past this sport, when I retire, when I become a coach full-time as opposed to a fighter, I want to be done. I want to be a coach. I don't want to be this coach who's also a fighter. I don't want to be this fighter who is also a coach. I want to commit, which is why I don't try to open a gym nowadays, which is why I don't go out of my way to coach people nowadays. Private lessons is one thing, but I don't train fighters really, because I have to focus so much on myself. I don't have that spare time to build a fighter from the ground up. I can help out, I can do private lessons, but that's about it. It's just, I want to look back and have no regrets. And I truly think I will. I will look back and have no regrets in this sport. I have sacrificed so much over and over again, financially, mentally, physically, spiritually, everything. Lost friends, friendships, relationships, family. I still have so much love for so many people that I used to hang out with that I don't know if they know that. So if anybody's watching this and we used to hang out all the time and we just stopped and we never got into an argument or we never did each other dirty, I still got love for you. But it's hard, man. It's so hard balancing this shit because I work and train all week. I come home, all I want to do is relax. I want to do so many things. I want to relax. I want to hang out with my fiance. I want to play games with the boys. I want to go hang out with the boys. I want to clean my house. I'm a clean freak. And you just don't have all the time in the world. So it's hard balancing that shit. So any friends that you feel like I kind of just ghosted you or disappeared on, I do feel guilty about it every single day. But it's just one of those things where it's priorities. You know what I mean? And it sounds so fucked up because there are people that I do hang out with. There are people that I talk to a lot. So it's oh, you put in effort to hang out with them and da-da-da-da. Yeah, I do. And a lot of people are also very accommodating to talk to me and hang out when I can. But it's not like I value others' friendships over yours or shit like that. It's just how it works out, It's hard. It's wicked hard. Alright, we are out of training. It's time to head home. I'm exhausted, but that was really, really good training. Plenty of wall work, plenty of mat returns, get-ups, pushing, drilling. It's the exact reason I started going to the cartel. Great group of guys. They want to push each other. They want to help me. I want to push them as much as I can and help them. So it's nice getting that work in while I'm at home. Not just jiu-jitsu, but that intense MMA work, positionally, drilling, live, 50%, 2 for 2, stuff like that I'm missing out on like a majority of the year. And I really think stuff like that is helping me, helping me get stuff to click again and keep my awareness and my alertness and my urgency and my flow all in sync. I feel like that mind to muscle connection is a lot better because I'm just doing things. Not in just my wrestling, but in my MMA overall. I feel like my best attribute used to always be that I mixed it up better than anybody else, I was never the best jiu-jitsu guy. I was never the best wrestler. I was never the best striker, but I was always the best at mixing those things together. And I feel like as good as I've done lately, as much as I succeeded in my fights and against good guys in training, I feel like I'm either striking or I'm wrestling or I'm doing jiu-jitsu in my fights, and I'm not doing MMA. I'm not striking into my shots. I'm not wrestling to set up my shots or set up my strikes, and I'm not doing jiu-jitsu to set up my wrestling get-ups or takedowns or whatever. And I feel like that's a big point in why I always feel off. Even when I do really good in a fight, I always have been walking out of the cage in these past few years like if something feels off, or like I'm going in and I feel like I'm missing some chain, some link in the chain. There's just something that's been missing, and I think that's it. Not to say that I don't get MMA work when I'm in it at AKA, but doing it year round as opposed to 4 to 6 to 8 weeks before a fight, it's just a lot easier to keep fresh in your memory and in your muscle memory. We've got about an hour and 20 minutes till we're home. I'm gonna shower, probably pick up lunch on the way, and then I'm gonna stream some Fortnite for the day. I'm fucking excited. I gotta get on before the sweaty little middle schoolers get on. We're about 30 seconds from home. We're like around the corner. But I still need to shower. I'm starving. And I don't feel like stopping and go grocery shopping right now because I want to go home, shower, eat, and play Fortnite. So we ordered some pickup from Supreme Subs and Pizza. Supreme Pizza and Subs? I think I'd know. It's just Supreme. That's what we call it. It's just Supreme. Nice little grilled chicken Caesar wrap and some sweet potato fries. So, gonna go pick that up and get after it. Supreme Pizza. That was close. Back on the road. Gotta go get more gas since I got punked at Stop and Shop yesterday. But we got sparring day at New England Cartel. This is probably the closest to a fight that I've ever sparred, like exactly a week out. But I know nobody's gonna try and kill me. I know everybody's gonna be going a good working pace. And I also kind of need it considering it's a 10-day notice fight camp. I'm really excited to just push myself today and really try and simulate a fight. Don't be lazy, be on top of things, and find success in my rounds with guys. And when you're not in fight camp, you are lazy and you do, try new things, you try things you've been working on, but today will be a lot of just using everything that I'm already good at and have been training. Nothing new, nothing fancy today. And just getting that rhythm and timing comfortable. We are a week out from fight night. 186 this morning. I did have some sweet potato fries yesterday from Supreme, so I'm sure that had to do with a little bit of it. But we're gonna go grocery shopping today. I had dumps again this morning, and the weight will drop today and tomorrow, and then we'll really cut back on carbs Monday, cut back on a lot of the foods, and just basically be eating what we need to energize. We'll make sure that we're high protein, low cal, low carb, get some good fats in the diet, no snacks, low servings, a lot of water. I got about 1.5 gallons down yesterday. I'm gonna aim for 2 today, 2 tomorrow, And then I'll probably do 2 Monday, and then I'll do 1.5, 1, a half, and then see what I gotta cut in the sauna or the tub, whatever it is I gotta cut. But yeah, today's my last training session, focused on preparing for the fight, even though there was only like 4 of them. The rest of the week will just be, sharpening things up, cardio, weight cut, water manipulation. But yeah, so about to pull into New England Cartel. We'll get that work. I'll be exhausted by the time I get out. And then we'll go home and rest for the day. Tomorrow we're going to the Pats game. I'm going to eat good there. I'm going to be smashing water all day long and just recover and get ready for fight week. It's going to be a good one. All right, we're on our way back from sparring. Man, do I feel good today. Got some killer rounds, got pushed in the later rounds, got our grappling rounds in with punches, and I feel good. I feel like I'm in great shape. But we said this last camp, so we can't get too ahead of ourselves. Everything can go great until it doesn't. You never know until fight night, so we're gonna stay locked in. Job's not finished. I know a lot of people are already trying to give me props, like, oh, stepping in on a 10 days notice, that's a gangster move, all this stuff. But it's not really that gangster. It's easy to go in there and get your ass beat, you know what I mean? And that's not what I'm going in there to do. I'm going in there to win. So I go in there, I beat Pat Casey's ass. Then everybody can call me a gangster or whatever they want to do, or, give me my props. But I just want to know that I'm putting everything that I can into this fight, and that, by the end of it, I'm going to have a smile on my face. I know what's going to happen, and I know Pat Casey's going to go in there to bully me, and I know he's underestimating me, and I know he's just planning on steamrolling me and making it a dogfight, being mean. But I think he's going to be pretty surprised to see, who shows up on fight night. So, hope he's not underestimating me too much, because that won't end well for him. So, it's fight week, baby! If you guys haven't already, like the video, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate y'all. It's fight week. We got things to do, weight to lose. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Any questions you guys got for fight week, drop them in the comments. I'm going to be shutting my phone off Sunday night, so I won't be answering any questions. You guys want to keep updated on fight week? This is where you'll find me. Peace.